All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you, brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And and Shalom to you believers out there. Okay. The Aki and Wa Akwa. Give me 1 second to do something real quick. All right, so as you can see, all right, Peter rewrites the Bible with the help of ChatGPT to make the book of Genesis vegan friendly, man. All right, now when I seen this, I think I seen LD Yashawamba's page from GMS, all right, Dallas camp. When I seen this, I knew I was gonna have to throw my 2 cents in, man. All right, it says in PETA AI generated vegan version of the Bible, animals are referred to as beings rather than beasts, and plants are used for clothing than animal skin. And man, I just was like, you know, the nerve, the nerve, man. Do something real fast. And forgive me if my internet, it said, let me see. Damn, let me go back. I want to read this information real fast. Here we go. Chat GPT. PETA used artificial intelligence chatbot Chat GPT to rewrite the Bible's book of Genesis into a modern, cruelty-free version filled with vegan teachings. The message in the original book of Genesis is that the Most High created every sentient being. He saw that they were good and he gave them greens for substance. So, man, basically they just, Chat GPT, man. Let's look at that. I think they ain't gonna explain it. I should play the video. Yep, here we go. Wait, is it showing? Oh, okay, here we go. So Chat GPT is the artificial intelligence AI chatbot. All right, is an artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI and released in November 2022. It is built on top of OpenAI's GPT 3.5 and GPT 4 foundational large language models. It has been fine-tuned and approached to transfer learning using both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques. All right, that's what it is. Ooh, excuse me. All right, now let's just go back to this article. Um, yeah, let's just see something. Forgive me if my internet is acting slow. Oh no, 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 no. This might not be what I want. No, this is not what I want. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay. So before it was playing the video, I guess it's not gonna play the video. All right, now I'm you know, saying that monkey wrench in there too. Oh, it says it says in PETA vegan version of the Bible, animals are referred to as beings rather than beasts or creatures and plants, and we are all referred to as creatures. All right, even us humans. Okay, and plants like hemp and bamboo are used for. Listen to this. And plants like hemp and bamboo are used for clothing instead of animal skins because no one with any fashion or moral sense will wear animal skins in the 21st century. What? You got people wearing gaiters, all types of things, but they're really just, you know, what they basically saying is they got it right and the Lord got it wrong. That's what I heard. That's what I hear when I read this article. I read the Lord. This ain't Jake. Slocky if I went offline. This ain't Jake right here. This Esau Edom. Okay? Let's get it. Cause see, Esau Edom is the proud. He's the proud. All right. I don't know why my internet acting up right now. All right, let's just get this first scripture that just automatically came to mind. And I want to get it in NLT. All right, first, Second Thessalonians 2, starting at verse 3. It said what? Don't be fooled by what they saying against the Most High. Salaki if I went offline. For that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High. This is a rebellion. Rewriting the Bible and using the machine to do it. All right, using the AI to do it, man. And the man of lawlessness is revealed. And we already know that's the man Esau, the Edomites. That's that man of lawlessness, Esau. Starting with the elite bakers, the so-called white man. This is who's doing these things, man. Trust me. This is not Jake. The one who brings destruction, right? Rewriting the Bible, that's bringing destruction. The alphabet community, that's destruction. All right. Plastic in the oceans, that's destruction. Chemtrails, that's destruction. Blowing up cows and feeding them, putting holes in cows and feeding them for feeding them. So that's destruction, man. This ideology of America is destruction. Verse 4, he will exalt himself and defy anything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of the Most High, claiming that he himself is a God. And when I seen this article, all right, uh, that's all right. You're human beings, all right, but there you can hear the said fashion sense or moral world ends in 21st century. So what they saying is, the Bible is outdated. They saying the Lord is what He bringing to the table is not perfection, man. That's what I hear. I hear proudness. As a matter of fact, and again, Salaki, if I keep going offline, just bear with me. All right. So now, go back to KJV. So what I hear is a lot of proudness, haughtiness. Isaiah 13:11. What do it say? It says, and I will punish the world for their evil. Yeah, this is evil, man. Rewriting the Bible in a chat GPT, a AI form of the Bible when they is switching, that's evil. Not to mention all the rest of it. evil things on this earth. But the Lord said what? And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And we know it people, do wicked things, but the wicked is Esau Edom. That's who the earth is given to. This is who's rewriting the Bible. It ain't a bunch of Chinese doing this or a bunch of black people. And these is all so-called, okay? I'm just putting it in layman's terms. This ain't a bunch of Arabs. No, this is a bunch of white people, man. And the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. This is a very proud act, you know, rewriting the scriptures to make it vegan friendly when the Lord said we can eat meat. All right. If you want to be vegan, that's cool. You got your own reasons. You like, no, I don't want to deal with the meat. That's cool. But to say we're going to rewrite the scriptures because the basically you saying the Most High got it wrong, man. That's proud. And the Lord said He's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right. This is what the Lord is going to do to people like you. All right. And don't worry. I know brothers and sisters that's listening. I know the scripture in your mind. And it's Revelation 22 about adding and taking away from the scriptures. I got that on deck because that's exactly what they doing overall. Matter of fact, let's just get it. Let's just get it. I need to come on now. So Revelation 22 and 18, it says, For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of this prophecy, of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So these people right here, best believe they gonna play it. I don't care what they talking about. Vegan friendly. What about the Passover? That mean, according to them, the Lord said we supposed to eat lamb at the Passover, right? According to them, that ain't right. They telling the Lord, no, you got it wrong. Uh-uh. I know you said eat beast, but we saying no. See, according to them, guess what? We wouldn't have been forgiven for sins because we wouldn't have been able to sacrifice animals to be in the law. I'm pretty sure they're gonna rewrite all of that when they get to it because they said they just started with the first book. So imagine if this devil just had his way for a long period of time, he would rewrite the whole Bible, man. And guess what? He would rewrite it where Israel wouldn't be able to do animal sacrifice. They wouldn't have been able to do it for these because then they would have been like, no, that's cruel. All right. Coming back to the scripture. All right. It says if any man shall add unto these things, the scriptures, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life. These people ain't in the book of life, man, who doing this. And out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. And Esau he ain't gonna be dwelling in the holy city in peace. He gonna be in captivity, building. He's gonna be working hard in slavery. All right. I wonder what they're gonna rewrite the parts about slavery in this new. But this the main scripture that came to mind right here. But imagine these niggas, and I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about these white people because that's who doing this, man. Look at this. That's what you see. You see a Jake right there, but man, this Esau rewriting the scriptures because Jake really ain't in their spirit. Just kind of know like. I'd be surprised if it was some Jakes up to this, dealing with the AI rewriting the scriptures. I'll be shocked. You know what I'm saying? I'll be very shocked. This guy Esau written all over it. Because he's the proud person. They're a proud race, man. All right. So now coming down here it says, it says the Bible has long used to justify all forms of oppression. So we've used ChatGPT to make it clear that a loving God, see, this the thing, the Most High is loving, but He create evil. Let's get that. That need to come out because y'all people don't understand that. That's get that. Y'all don't get. If I go to First Kings, I believe 22, which was one of my favorites, speaking how the Lord have good and evil. He got the angels on both sides. Isaiah 46. No, 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 no. That's it might be 47. All right. Here we go. All right, because they said a loving God wouldn't do it, right? I had that scripture on deck when I was reading the article, but it just came to mind. Why you how about y'all shot? All right. Oh my goodness. Bear with me one second. Let me get on my phone. I used to remember my heart. Let me see. Bear with me one second, y'all. 45. Okay. I knew it was in Isaiah, but I got a little mixed up. Okay. Isaiah 45. So let's get that. They said a loving God wouldn't do this, but what you have to understand about the Lord is this. The Lord said what? Isaiah 45 and 5. I am the Lord. There is none else. There is no God beside me. I gird thee, though thou hast not known me. See? And he's speaking to Israel, really. But none of you don't know the Most High. All right? Because then they wouldn't say that a loving God wouldn't oppress. Cut it out. Isaiah 45 and 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun from the east, from the west, Slakia, from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I'm the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord do all these things. Read them and weep. Vegan. All right. It ain't wrong with being vegan, but PETA is proud as hell for this. So it said in the article that the loving God would never endorse exploitation of or cruelty to animals, says PETA President Ingrid Newkirk. All right. And no, the Lord wouldn't want you to torture animals and things of that nature. No. Like the Edomites are doing, no. He wouldn't want you to do that. But killing animals for food, all right, and things of that nature, skins and all, that's in the scriptures. The Lord had us kill animals to make sacrifices. All right. It took God only 6 days to create the entire world, but we realized it would take us years to rewrite the whole Bible. This is why we started with just the first book. That's what I was stating earlier. They just started with the first. Imagine if they had time to rewrite the whole thing. And getting back to this only 6 days, all right, it was more than 6 days, all right, 6,000 years. And it's, because let me get this for edification's sake. All right, Second Peter says But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So when it said, the first day, the second day, that's really the 1,000 years. Even though the Lord can create the earth in 6 days, it could have been created in 6 days. He had the power, all right, but it didn't play out like that, all right. When he gave Yahweh Shah a blueprint, to create in the angels, all right, it took time. It took the time. They took their time with it, all right. In Genesis, let's read this. In Genesis chapter 22, Abraham travels to the land of Moriah, where instead of slaughtering a ram to demonstrate his faith, he befriends a gentle lamb to show his reverence and respect for God's creation. You see these proud devils, man. The Lord said he slaughtered a ram. They said, "No, you wrong." See, Peter said it's hope. Peter said it hopes its cruelty-free version of the Bible will appeal to 73% of Generation Z that reportedly identifies animal rights activists, according to organizations, man. And this the thing. I want to get this, all right, because when Leviticus 11 is the dietary law, point blank, period, all right. But I just want to get this in Deuteronomy 14 real fast. Um, Deuteronomy 14, because it's kind of reiterated. So the Lord said this to us. This is to Israel. He gave us a dietary law. Deuteronomy 14:1. Ye are the children of the Lord your power. Ye should not cut yourself. Okay, let me slide you. All right, let's start at verse 3. Deuteronomy 14:3. All right. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the hart, and the roebuck, that's like deer, and the fallow deer, okay, and the wild goat, and the pargad, and the wild ox, and the chameos, okay, and every beast that pertaineth parteth the hoof, and cleaveth the cleft into two calves, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. But Peter said, no, the Lord had it wrong. See, that's proud. That's proud, man. Now we can't eat, we ain't supposed to be eating swine. All right. And then these ye shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat. All right. Even clean birds. All right. So the Lord told us we can eat meat. Again, if you're a vegan, cool. But the Lord told us we can eat meat. The Passover, you gotta eat lamb. But they saying that no, the Lord got it wrong. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. They saying the Lord had it wrong. And when you get into um basically when you get into this chat bot, all right, this is the miracles. This is the miracles that Revelation 13 was talking about. When you go to Revelation 13, okay, and 11, it says what? See the beast from the earth. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And that's going into basically in this today's age, the Democrats and the Republicans. In the ancient Roman Empire, I believe it was the plebeians and patricians. And he spake as a dragon, okay? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. This is going into America, okay? The first beast before him was the ancient Roman Empire, because this is Rome 2.0. See? And causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. Yeah, the old Roman way, whose deadly wound was healed, right? Because ancient Roman Empire, they fell. And then, the Israelites came into power and then they came back. That's why I said the deadly wounds healed, because Esau came back into power. And then he started, turning everything white, iconoclasm, and things of that nature. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That's speaking about the missiles. Verse 14 in the point, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by any mean, by the means of those miracles. And this is going into the technology, you know, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right. So this is America is nothing but Rome brought back. All right. Even if you go into the architecture, they have a Senate like Rome. Okay. Rome didn't have kings and then they son, then they grandson, then the son. No, they had a Senate. America does the same thing. If we don't have a king where, okay, George Washington was president, then his son was president, then his son was president. Then no, it went to different men, all right, that was voted in per se. But they have a Senate, even to this day, the architecture, uh, a whole lot of things, the military might, all right, the philosophies. And that's why you have Latin on the dollar bill, all right, because that was like the main language in ancient Rome was Latin. If you look on the back of your dollar bill, all right, you have Latin, all right, and it's other things. But though the point is the miracles, that's the technology, all right. This is the technology right here when you get into that AI, all right. But again, when you go into this proud ass article, all right, let's go here. It says in PETA version of chapter 20 of a creation story. All right. Abraham and Sarah, who were 190 years old, respectively, when they conceived their child Isaac, adopted a dog named Herbie. Where is that in the scriptures? They add. That's why they gonna get the plagues added to them, man. Where is that in the scriptures that they adopted a dog? I went back and read the whole chapter just to make sure I wasn't slipping the first time I read. Like, did they? You know, like I ain't read Genesis chapter 21 in a minute, but I mean, I might have skimmed through there, looked at it during different lessons from brothers, but I ain't read the whole chapter in a minute. I'm like, let me go back and read this chapter and make sure. I don't remember a dog named Herbie. But they said what? In Peter's version. See? So now they adopting dogs. As they walked with Herbie, Sarah and Abraham thought of importance of adopting dogs from shelters and rescuing organizations rather than purchasing them from breeders. Peter's version read, look at these niggas. And I ain't talking about black people, this Esau. They spoke of how buying a dog or a cat from a breeder or a pet shop contributes to the companion animal overpopulation crisis, as countless dogs and cats in shelters await loving homes while breeders continue to produce more puppies and kittens for profit. This is some crazy shit. I'm gonna just say it. Forgive my language. This is the craziest thing I heard. And see, I'm about to close out in a minute. I think I done got everything, you know. So basically, this proud, and from what I get, they saying the Lord got it wrong, doing wrong, and they got it right. That that's what I that's what that's what I hear when I read this article. And matter of fact, let me get this scripture. See what the Lord say. The Lord said, Ecclesiastes 8:4, where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Who is you? Who is y'all? Peter, to say what the Lord. Let me see what the NLT say. Who is y'all to add and subtract from the scriptures and rewrite it to make it friendly for you Negroes? Not you Negroes, for you Edomites, man. Y'all devils, man. His command is backed by great power. No one can resist or question it. That's true. So now I want to get this real quick. I want to get this Job 9 because a couple of things in Job came to my mind. But I want to get this, and I want to stay in the NLT. Job, I'm gonna start at verse 9, and I'm gonna close out after this. Then Job spake again, yes, I know. All this is true in principle. But how can a person be declared innocent in the Most High sight? If someone wanted to take the Most High to court, would it be possible to answer him even once in 1,000 times? For the Most High is so wise and so mighty. Who has ever challenged him successfully? Nobody. Peter, your AI. Esau, your military. No, nobody. Without warning, he moves the mountains, overturning them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place, and its foundations tremble. If he commands it, the sun won't rise. That's right. If the Lord tell the sun don't rise, the sun is not rising. No man can do that. No AI can do that. And the stars won't shine. He alone has spread out the heavens and marches on the waves of the sea. He made all the stars, the Bear and Orion, the Pleiades and the constellations of the southern sky. He does great things too marvelous to understand, right? He does great things. And one great thing the Lord did was what? Create the holy scriptures, who you people don't understand. Because if you understood the scriptures, what they were saying, you would know not to take away and to add. So that means you don't understand the scriptures. Because that's why I got Revelation chapter 22. It told you don't take away, don't add. Clearly, that's what you're doing. All right. Verse 11. Yet when he comes near, I cannot see him. When he moves by, I do not see him go. If he snatches someone in death, who can stop him? Who dare ask, what are you doing? Again, Ecclesiasticus 8 and 4. All right. Who's going to say, what doest thou? Who dare to ask, what are you doing? Who are you, Peter, to ask, what is the Lord doing? Because that's what you ask him. When he wrote the Holy Scriptures, he put it on men's mind to write the Scriptures a certain way. It's been translated, okay? But you just went in and just rewrote, you just really just did a number with this whatever version that is not gonna get no real play. Okay. But who is you? Who dare ask to what is the Lord doing? If the Lord say, look, I want y'all to eat lamb at the Passover, I want y'all to sacrifice animals, who are you to say no? That's not right. Because we don't believe in eating meat. All right. No, the Lord don't really, he ain't gonna believe in torturing animals like you Edomites do, putting holes in the cows and feeding them, or you know, having monkeys in labs, testing them, rats in labs. No. But far as a ox, if I have an ox and I slaughter that ox and feed my family, the Lord told me that's okay. Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. That's why I got that. So, I'm gonna just that's it. This just was very proud. Had to throw my 2 cents in. Lord willing, this was edifying. If there's anything else that come to mind, I'll do a part two. But that's pretty much it. So, Lord willing, it was edifying to the next lesson. Shalom.